A big part of this class is not only having the knowledge of safety and pollution prevention, but also preparing yourself to be a supervisor and being responsible for the safety of others within your shop. The supervisor course is the part that builds upon the other portions of the class. There is an introduction to supervisor safety. Part of what a supervisor needs to do is create policies and procedures. Those are the rules that for which everyone is governed. Those are the standards by which you expect your employees to behave, and for their purposes, what they can expect from you as an employer. So, conducting self-audits and inspections are an incredibly important part about operating a safe shop. Really, you should have a set schedule of things that you do, a written list of things that you do to make sure that the shop is safe and in compliance with EPA and OSHA requirements. These things uh, are really broken down into sections. You really should have dailies, weeklies, monthlies, and yearlies. The dailies are the things that you do every single morning when you open your shop. You walk around and look for emerging hazards, things that have happened in the previous workday that may not have been reported. Spills, debris, housekeeping, frayed hoses and extension cords, and the things that have just popped up that maybe were overlooked and or not reported to you. Weekly inspections are a little more in depth. Monthly inspections and yearly are even more in depth. Those would include yearly certifications of fire extinguishers by an outside third-party agency. Yearly, at least once a year, you would need to have your lifts and your incredibly important safety equipment inspected by a third-party agency as well. You want to inspect them and adjust them monthly and weekly and even daily inspect them, but have a thorough inspection and maintenance regimen on a periodic basis. That's what those self-audits are. And you need to document those. If an accident should occur, OSHA or EPA is going to want to see what you have done, what active measures you have taken in the past to inspect and ensure that the environment and your employees are safe. Hazard communication standards, that is the EPA, the material safety data sheets, as well as your policies and procedures. Fire safety and prevention, setting up a standard for making sure that you constantly enforce proper storage of flammable liquids and housekeeping items, making sure that combustible trash and debris are constantly being removed. Things like shop rags are in fire buckets with self-closing lids and are disposed of on a continual basis by a proper hazardous materials or maybe even a uniform company. That's who you usually get rags from. Injury and illness records is making sure that you have an active mechanism for employees to report injuries and how you document them and deal with them. Have a pre-plan, so if an employee has a minor injury, you have a way of recording it and reporting it, and if they have a larger injury, where you're planning on sending them to. Maybe if it's just a doctor visit or emergency room visit, having a plan for where you send those employees. Having an environmental safety plan, what the employees are expected to do in the event of a small spill or a large one, and what quantity do you just clean it up, and what quantity of a spill do you report that to the EPA or your local county or state or city agency. Personal protective and respirator programs is ensuring that your employees have the knowledge to ensure that they're using the right personal protective equipment, and that as an employer you provide all of their personal protective equipment. And then of course OSHA and EPA inspections is making sure that you are in compliance at all times and prepared for those inspections, making sure that you have the proper mechanism for logging those inspection sheets to show that you not only are currently in compliance with OSHA and EPA regulations, but you have a long-standing documented historical record of always being in compliance with those EPA and OSHA records and practices.